If you just watched the last video, note that I'm in the same kind of clothes as the last one. Kind of just kept going on recording. So I'm going to start your first assignment. Now, this assignment, it's pretty simple, all right? But it can be extremely complicated, and it can make your mind see things that are a little bit different. And this is very important to understand, this first project, because of when it comes to web design. This is really a good key, because if you've ever looked at a website and you're looking at the website and you're like, that's a really good website, but they're missing something. They're missing this, or it doesn't look as clean as this. Or I wish they had something a little bit more popping over here or flashy. Okay, so if you're looking at this assignment and you're thinking about it just being the simple forms, just know it can be very complex. Now, the rule of this one, okay, this is my assignment, first one. You're gonna see a thing that says line element. Okay, a line is something that makes you think about space, time, distance. All right, lines are meant to push your eye into the horizon. Okay, so if I drew a single line that was behind me, all right, and you would automatically know that there's stuff back there, okay, because of the line. If you kind of see, I have a table that goes across here that makes a horizon in this room. Okay, it's very messy. Worked a lot this summer. So we're going to be talking about how to do a line, all right, and how to make it stand off the page. Now, you can break the rules, okay? You can make the lines go outside of the perimeters that I'm going to give you. The first rule you need to understand is, okay, majority of you are going to have a notebook that's about this big if you get the packet. If you get the 18 by 24 drawing pad, that right there is going to be a really good size for a portfolio piece. So I would try to keep the dimensions fairly large on your finished product, okay? So I always tell students to do 10 thumbnails. So on this video, each project you get, I'd like you to do 10 thumbnails. Now, normally when you're in class, you bring them in. The first day we have an intro, we go over the syllabus, I give you your packets, we talk about supplies, and you guys take a pencil and you do your 10 thumbnails in class on the first day. We don't have that option being face-to-face. So, and then when you come into class the next day, I go over your thumbnails. So, we don't have that going on. Because if we were to do like a Zoom meeting, that would be really difficult to see everything and tell each of you what to do. So, if you have questions about your thumbnails, then you can take a picture of it and shoot it to me. You can text it to me, you can email it, whatever works, and you can say, which one do you like? And I'll tell you which ones I think are kind of creative, okay? Now, when I do a thumbnail, I do a couple things, okay? Generally, I will cut out a square, a cardboard square, that is 4 inches by 4 inches. I think that's a good size. I don't do a thumbnail that's like 2 inches by 2 inches. I want them to be fairly large, okay, about that big, okay? From your middle finger to your thumb kind of size. It's easy to do that measurement too when you enlarge it, okay? So, what I usually do is get a ruler, and once I get my ruler, I'm looking for my ruler, where do I put it? Here's one. I'm at my work desk here. So I get my ruler, and then I measure out my squares if I don't have a cheat sheet template, okay? But you can take the brown part of your back of your scrap your sketchbook and cut out a little template if that makes it easier for you to continue doing these throughout the rest of the project. So your first assignment, okay, is to do 10 thumbnails, okay? Now, of these lines project, here's the lines, okay? Your lines can be, they need to be 3 that go up and down, okay? 3 that go left and right, they go with the horizon, okay? And then 3 that go vertically, diagonally, either way, but only 3, not 4. A lot of people want to do 4. I want 3. I want 9 lines total. Now, thinking about those 9 lines, how can they be? Okay, they can be bold, they can be thick, they can have patterns in them. So think about if you were to see wallpaper and you saw 2 big lines, but you saw a bunch of little lines in between. Well, those bunch of little lines, they can actually be 1 line if it's in a pattern, okay? As long as your patterns make sense, then they work as a line. If they don't, then they don't work. Can your lines have a hand on the end of them? Sure. Okay, you can make them into objects. You can technically make the line into an object. I had one student one year make did these kind of, what do you call it? Easter Island heads, and that was his lines, and he made each one of them perfectly, but he had them falling over, and he put them in the composition, and it came out really wonderful. He took that risk, and it worked. And the only thing I told him, he had to bold it up or make it more contrast, but he did a wonderful first job on his first lines. So your lines can be objects. Try not to make them simple. We're past the high school mentality. I don't want to see a bunch of pencils, okay? And I'm going to be giving you demonstrations and demos, okay? But on this first project for your thumbnails, okay, I don't want to give you a lot of examples, okay? So on this first project today, and I'm going to give you 2 days from the starting day of this class today, okay, to come up with thumbnails. And then I'm going to post another video, and when you feel like you got your 10 thumbnails, okay, then post them, send them to me, okay? You'll see down below here, like right here, okay, you're going to see a way that you can turn it in, just like how you would take a quiz, except this time it's like turning it in a paper. It'll look like turn in here, okay, and you'll have all the things for the thumbnails, okay? Just take a simple screenshot of it, upload it, done, okay? I just want to see what your idea is and the way you think. Now I'm going to kind of break it out for you. So I'm going to do a cut video here.